Welcome to the 26 dumbest questions asked in cryptocurrency. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero cryptocurrency expert, and Millie, your superhero cryptocurrency cat. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the 26 dumbest questions asked in cryptocurrency. Now, I'm a member of tons of cryptocurrency communities, Slack channels, Telegram channels, Discord channels. I see them everywhere. I'm part of them. And what I've noticed is that the same batch of questions are always being asked in these cryptocurrency communities. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be providing you with the 26 dumbest questions asked in cryptocurrency and some answers to them as well. All right. So the first question that I see a lot in cryptocurrency circles is when Lambo? When Lambo means when am I going to make enough to buy a Lamborghini from cryptocurrency? Now this is essentially a meme. In a lot of the Telegram groups that I'm in, this is like a meme sticker simply because it's just been asked so many times that people make a joke out of it. That when a cryptocurrency is thriving in value, people like put that in because they're excited. You know, this is just one of two that are always mentioned. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, a Lamborghini costs about $300,000 depending on where you live and what model you go for. And then it costs about $10,000, $20,000 in insurance. And then it's going to be to maintain it, to get petrol for it, another kind of $20,000 a year. All right. So how many people are going to be able to make enough to get a Lambo? Well, probably quite a high proportion if you invest in the right cryptocurrencies and you stay in for the long term. Now, for a lot of cryptocurrencies that people are invested in now, so long as nothing tremendously bad happens in the cryptocurrency market, a lot of people are going to have a lot of money in the future. Even if they've put $10,000 into a cryptocurrency or $10,000 into cryptocurrency in general, over time that is going to equate to a massive pot as long as they've put it in the right cryptocurrencies. So some people will have enough to buy a Lambo if they choose to buy a Lambo. But why would you buy a Lambo when you could buy something that appreciates in value? Question 2. What's the second dumbest question that I see in cryptocurrency? Is this a scam? Okay. Now, it all depends on who you listen to in cryptocurrency. But the fact of the matter is that virtually every coin has somebody saying it's a scam for whatever reason. Okay, even the top coins have people that have written this is a scam and they've put a Reddit article or something or other. The fact of the matter is, though, is that when you've got a high-profile cryptocurrency, it's unlikely you'll ever see the scam articles because there's so many positive articles about it. You will mostly see this about smaller cryptocurrencies or ICO cryptocurrencies, and people will be worried and think, is this a scam? The fact is that there's no way of really knowing what is a scam in cryptocurrency until you actually subsequently get burnt by it. I've been burnt by a scam. You know, a lot of people have been burnt by scams where they give money to an ICO to fund them and then subsequently something happens and they just go offline and you never see them again. Okay, so you never really know if something's a scam, even if there are somewhat scammy, you know, references or scammy material that's been brought out. You never truly know if it's a scam or if the founders are just being lazy, but actually they've got a great product. Okay, but scam, the people who yell scam, not the people who ask, but the people who yell scam, this is a scam, are normally people that have missed out on the coin when or before it hit a peak. Okay, and they're salty and they're like, oh yeah, this is a scam. Yeah, this is a rubbish coin. You know, only idiots invest in it. And yet, some of those idiots that invested in it made good money. So, you know, you have to do your own research into cryptocurrencies. And, you know, there's still lots of people coming into cryptocurrency that is easily manipulated by what one person says. 10 people could say it's a great coin. And then one person just needs to come along, say it's a scam, post a Reddit article, blows it. Okay, so you need to do your own research and take responsibility, really, for your own choices. Question 3, dumbest question. Where can I buy? All right. Now, I see this a lot normally when it's one of my friends posting on their Facebook and saying, oh, you know, get this coin or I've got this coin, blah, blah, blah. And people will come on there, chime in, newbies, and say, where can I buy? And the fact is, it's very easy to actually find a cryptocurrency. You just go to coinmarketcap.com and then you type in the cryptocurrency, you select markets, because they've got some tabs, they've got charts, they've got markets. You select markets and that will tell you exactly where to get them. But it is annoying when I see people say, where can I buy? Where can I buy? Just bloody look, for goodness sake. Stop asking basic questions about cryptocurrency, which, the more experienced people cannot be bothered to answer. Question 4. When moon? So you got when Lambo, when moon. Okay, so when's it going to the moon? When is that cryptocurrency going to make that spike up in price? Okay, and I see this all the time. And people just expect that they put their investment in, or they put their trade into cryptocurrency, and then all of a sudden, bang, it's just going to go up. Because they've heard something, or there's some market news, or something like that, or they're excited about a new coin, and they think it's just going to go up magically. Even though everybody's talking about it positively, they think that because of that, it's just going to go up to the moon. And the fact of the matter is that it's normally a slow trajectory to go to the moon. Okay, to make a good day kind of profit, yeah, you can do that. You can make that with, sometimes 5%, 10% profit. You don't need for it to go to the moon and achieve kind of 100, 400%, 800% gains in a day. But the fact is that even the cryptocurrencies that achieve 408% gains in a day are normally pumped coins, which are subsequently dumped and it goes right back to its previous price. We've seen this happen with cannabis coin a load of times. We've seen this happen with Digibyte a few times. We've seen this happening with a load of coins where this happens and it just gets momentarily pumped and then dumped. All right, so you've got to make good decisions when you are investing in cryptocurrency, and essentially invest in a cryptocurrency that is going upwards in the future, slowly but surely, okay, rather than something that just instantly goes to the moon. A lot of people, when they invest in my number one cryptocurrency, they're like straight away, when's it going to go to the moon? When's it going to achieve $100? Not yet. Okay, you got to wait for things to accumulate. It accumulates like a snowball. It's a bit like any normal celebrity right now. They had to start from the beginning. They had to go to their auditions. They had to get jobs. Some of them were minor crappy jobs, but eventually it led to something more successful. And it's the same with cryptocurrency. You've got to let that coin achieve a series of milestones over the course of its lifetime before it hits the big time, before it hits Hollywood. Okay, so that is how you answer when's it going to moon. If it's going to moon quickly, that means you're probably going to be back down to earth even quicker. So you've got to be looking for a cryptocurrency that will go to the moon essentially, but in the long term, if you want to make serious money in crypto. Number 5, dumbest question. This is gonna moon. Should I buy? Okay, so basically, something like a cryptocurrency that has just hit the news, or maybe I've spoken about it, and then all of a sudden it hits kind of 10%, 15%, and then goes up 50% all of a sudden, and then people are saying, oh, this is going to moon. Should I buy now? Should I buy now? A lot of people buy cryptocurrencies when they are on or midway or at the end of their ascension, and then it starts to stabilize or maybe even dip slightly. Okay, so the time to get in with a cryptocurrency is before it peaks. It's before the ascension or at the very beginning of the ascension. Once it starts really going up, you've got to wait until the next period, because what happens is that you could be investing at the peak, it could go down, and then you make a paper loss until it goes back up again. So the best thing to do is wait for a coin to stabilize, wait for it to dip around a certain area where you can see a support line, get in then, and then what you're doing is you're essentially getting in when the coin is highly unlikely to go much lower. Okay, my current, number one cryptocurrency, opportunity of the year, that has a very solid support line at about 90 cents, okay? About 85 to 90 cents. Doesn't go below that. If you get it at that price, once it makes its next, peak, then people will be perfectly poised. Don't get in it when it's going to the peak. Number 6, where do you see the price of this coin in a year? Okay? Now, does my name read Mystic Meg? Do I look like I have a crystal ball right in front of me where I can say to you, you know what, next year this is going to be at $100 or $200. At the end of the day in cryptocurrency, everybody is best guessing. Now, a lot of people I see, particularly newbies in cryptocurrency, are often making ridiculous exaggerations as to where they see a coin being in a week or in a year. And they say, oh, yeah, a coin that has been not heard of for ages, suddenly hit $1, and then they're saying it's going to be $2 by the end of next week. Get in now, get in now. And next week it's probably down to 85 cents. And that's just typical. All right, and the fact is you just can't predict where it's going to be. You can best guess it, and the people that are good at best guessing are cryptocurrency experts like myself who have logic behind their guesses, but we can never be 100% right. Nobody really knows. You can really best guess it based on the roadmap, based on the market news that's going to come out to the cryptocurrency masses about their achievement in the roadmap, when they get listed on exchanges, etc. So, a lot can happen in that year, and you can kind of make an assumption, but most people, when they answer this question, give a ridiculous, exaggerated idea of where they see the price. Number 7, dumbest question. When will it be listed on Bittrex or Poloniex? So Bittrex and Poloniex are the top major exchanges, okay? Everybody knows Poloniex and Bittrex, although Bittrex really has the breadth of coins, and I would say is the number one. Poloniex is a main cryptocurrency exchange, but it only lists about 50 coins, okay? And most of those coins have been there for ages. And to be honest, in my personal opinion, they should kick some off and bring some fresh blood in. But they don't really delist coins very often. And they very rarely list coins, actually. Bitcoin Cash, 0x, and Civic are amongst the most recent that have come on Poloniex, but they don't always include new coins. Like Binance, for instance, they're going to be including 6 new coins in the next, couple of weeks. But Poloniex rarely actually inducts a new coin. Bittrex is always taking on new coins, but to be honest, getting on Bittrex and Poloniex is a process, just like it is getting on any cryptocurrency. And any cryptocurrency company that are trying to get their cryptocurrency listed has to go through the procedure. They have to be liked by the people running Bittrex, because if you fall foul of them, and people in the cryptocurrency kind of founding community, they kind of know each other. All right, so, if you fall foul, if a founder falls foul of the person behind Bittrex or the people behind Bittrex, they'll find it difficult to get listed. Okay, so, when will it get listed? No one knows but the blooming listing company. So nobody can really know unless some news has come out where people kind of know it's going to be listed. No one knows when it's going to be listed. So it's a dumb question. Question 8. I know, Millie, it's dumb, isn't it? Question 8. Which coin is going to triple or at least double this week or in the next week? Now, this is a question that really annoys me, because what people are essentially doing is relying on others to do all the hard work to identify a coin that's just had some market news or has got something really exciting happening for it and it's really undervalued and could moon at any point, using the proverbial moon, could go up at any point, and they are looking... And these people asking the question are looking for those doing all the hard work to essentially just give them a free ride and say, what coin, without me having to research, what coin is going to triple or double? Tell me. And the fact of the matter is, the answer is, do your own research. Okay, and even if somebody is kind enough to tell you what coin is likely to triple or double, which are very, very difficult things to do, by the way, all dependent on what the supply is and what the current price is and what's happening around that coin. It's very difficult to actually determine or identify a coin that's going to triple or double. But people who have done all the hard work, okay, if they're kind enough to give you that information, do your own research and make sure that what people are saying is true, because what people tend to say when somebody asks this is they tend to tell them about the coin that they're invested in, rather than a coin that they actually think will triple or double in the next week. And so that will make that person think, okay, well, I've not had to do the research, I've just been given a tip. They'll go for it, and then the price will slump simply because the person giving the answer is just looking to pump his own coin. Question 9. What should I buy? Okay, so there are people, they say, oh, I've got $100, got $1,000. What should I buy with it? This is where you have to do your own research, like I said. Now, there's so many people, me included, you can watch me every day, and I'm pretty much telling you coins that are undervalued, coins that are great for the long term, coins that have high potential and aren't really known, and there are people that are providing this information for free all the time, and all you need to do really is just research it and make sure it's a coin that you identify with, that you see the potential in yourself, and really learn. But people who ask this are just essentially freeloading, and they're like the previous question, they're jumping on somebody else's coattails in order to make money, which in this market is very easy to do. But actually, if you want to be successful in the long term, you've got to be able to know what is the criteria that determines a good coin and apply it in real time to coins and see if you can actually find a coin worth buying that you truly believe in and not is one that's just been, just been kind of promoted to you because somebody else is pumping their own coin. Question 10. When should I sell? This question always follows. So people will say, oh, Suppoman, thanks for the tip and all that, but when should I sell it? When is the best sell time? Okay, again, is my name Mystic Meg? Everybody's profit points are different. Everybody's sellout points is different. There are some people I know of that they enter into a trade and as long as they break even, they're happy. But what they do is they allow the coin to just soar as much as possible. And then when it starts to dip, they sell out at that point. But they tend to go into the trade knowing that as long as they go break even, it's fine. They don't have to worry about making a profit. But as long as they give the coin enough space to breathe, and then they sell at the top, that's what they do. Other people, they get 5 to 10% profit, move on to the next one. They make 100, a 200, 500 on a $10,000 trade, and that's fine for them, and they're happy with that, and then they're going to move on to the next one and just keep on accumulating money. And that's what I do. Everybody's profit point is different. And so me saying you should sell at this point, well, I'd be happy to sell at that point, but maybe that coin then goes up a further 50%, and they're saying, oh, you should have said I shouldn't, not to sell at this point. You should have told me to wait. I can't tell you what a coin's going to do. I can't predict the market. I can't predict the buy walls and the sell walls. Okay, that's determined by other people, also human beings, people who can't hold on to cryptocurrencies, people that just want to sell it, or people who really want to just buy it right now. I can't tell you what's going to happen with a coin. So asking me when should you sell is basically saying, well, if I tell you when to sell, don't moan at me if you could have made more profit. Question 11. Which coin will make me 30 times gain in 2 weeks? Same answer. Okay, essentially speaking, there's lots of people out there. There's lots of cryptocurrency YouTubers out there. Some of them are varying popularity, but are constantly saying, what are their top 5s? What are their top 10s? What are their top 3s? Okay, there's lots of people saying the coins that they think are going to make great gains. But 30 times gain is rare in cryptocurrency, and particularly in 2 weeks. Now, I've been lucky enough to have invested in a cryptocurrency, which is my number one cryptocurrency. I've invested in a cryptocurrency which did achieve about 25 times gain in about a week. Okay, and that is rare. Okay, other cryptocurrencies before that one, I've made 21 times gain, 18 times gain, 15 times gain, and it has taken a week, but sometimes they don't come out of thin air. Not all of them are going to make it, and not everybody can get in at the right point. When people ask this question, you've got to rely on timing, and people may not necessarily ask this question at the very beginning of a peak. When I got into Blitz Cash, for instance, I knew that was the beginning of a peak, and then it just went up, and I made 21 times my investment, which was an insane amount that I made on that investment. That was incredible. It was one of my favorites. But that was a mixture of timing and luck. All right, so that also applies to when you ask this question. Okay, if you ask it at the right time and you get the luck of somebody actually telling you about it, or you get the luck of identifying it, and then you do your research and it corroborates that, then you could possibly make 30 times gains. But it doesn't happen every day, and it's never happened to me make 30 times gain. But it can happen, but you've got to be extremely lucky, and you've also got to be willing to accept people won't tell you if you ask them. Question 12. Why has the price dropped? So people will say, oh, Suppoman, oh, I bought at this price and now it's gone down at 85 cents. Oh, what do I do? Why has the price dropped? What's caused this? Fact of the matter is that there's human beings behind every trade and investment. And what happens is that people have weak hands and they sell. They may see the potential at the beginning and then they realize, oh, okay, maybe this doesn't have the potential. And then they sell it. And then a massive sell order could basically make the price drop about 5 cents, 10 cents. It can happen. I've seen it happen in the last week. What happened was somebody actually sold about a million of a particular cryptocurrency and it went down 4 whole cents. Okay, it can happen. When somebody puts a massive sell order, they invested at the beginning, they've seen the price rise, and then they sell. That's what happens. Prices do drop. but it doesn't mean sell it. What it means is that, you know, somebody has probably dropped a massive order on that particular cryptocurrency, and it'll probably be tons of people within seconds or minutes just willing to buy it back. And that is what happened with the cryptocurrency that I just mentioned. It went down by 4 cents, 5 cents, and it was instantly bought back. You know, luckily I had a buy order that was really low, and when that sell order went through, it triggered the buy order, and I got some cheap coins, and it went straight up straight away. So that's what happens. So if prices do drop, get used to it. Question 13. What coins under $1 will moon? Okay, now there's a lot of coins under $1. There's a few of them which are very promising, like Civic, like EOS, like Ripple. They're very promising, okay, but the supply is gigantic. So to be able to moon will take an almost astronomical effort, or something really major happening for that cryptocurrency for it to moon. Okay, so, you know, what coins under $1 will moon? It's very rare unless you get something like I was talking about yesterday with Opus, which is that music streaming blockchain app that's going to be coming out that was at 3 cents. Okay, that has got potential because it's not really even started. It's a hidden gem. No one's really invested in it. No one's really talking about it. But once it actually gets discovered, that could moon. But what happens is that, you know, coins under $1 tend not to move a great deal. Ripple has millions pumped in volume into Ripple, and it moves up a few cents. That's what happens. So what coins under $1 will moon? Sometimes that's not easy to establish, but there are certainly a lot of coins under $5 that are destined to moon. Question 14. Which ICO should I invest in? Okay, so in the latest wave of ICOs, there have been so many coming out all the time. I even did 2 ICO videos in the space of a couple of weeks because there were so many ICOs. Some looked promising, most didn't, and still to this day, most don't. And I'm confident that a lot of the ICOs people ask me, they say, Superman, what do you think of this ICO? And I say to them, I'm not interested. I'm confident the ones I say that about won't even be heard of in a few weeks or months' time when it goes on or tries to get on exchanges. So ICOs are really high risk. You've got to look for the pain point, okay? You've got to look for what is the pain they are looking to solve, all right? And if they've got a really good pain point, something that is really needed because lots of people are feeling this pain, and it's scalable, and they've got a great superstar team to be able to deliver that, then you've got a really good ICO which could hit well once it goes on the exchanges. But having said that, there's an ICO that came out literally in the last 2 weeks. I'm not going to name names, but it's about its ICO price. It's not EOS, by the way. It's essentially at its ICO price, even though it had those 2 things going for it. It had a great product, scalable, and it also had a fantastic team and some real good star members. So whether you invest in those things anyway, sometimes market conditions, like with what's happened in China, could prevent it from really hitting the high time once it goes on. Same happened with EOS. It had a massive market crash when it hit $5 and it plummeted down now to 80 cents. Question 15. Is it a good time to buy? Okay, and typically this is asked when a coin is peaking or when a coin is on the rise. What I would say is, unless you hit it in the early rise, which you can't always estimate, but it tends to be how new is the news. If the news is really old, then you're or a few days old, you probably missed the high. Okay, in which case the best time to buy is on the dip, always. Question 16. I lost 60% listening to your advice. I don't often hear this necessarily to me, but I have heard this a few times. People have said, oh, I listened to your advice, I lost money. I hear this with other cryptocurrency YouTubers, particularly the ones that stick their neck out. They don't just commentate on what's happening. They actually put their neck out and they do price predictions and they say, oh, this is the potential I see for this coin. People invest in that coin and then subsequently lose money with that coin, and then they go and blame someone else. And essentially speaking, this is what happens as a result of question 15, because they ask you, when should I buy, or should I buy now? You tell them, you know, this is looking really good. Something's happened with the cryptocurrency. It's definitely worth a look at. They invest in it. Price falls. They blame you. And essentially speaking, people who lose money listening to advice, it's your own fault. take responsibility for it. You made the trade. If I asked you to drink a pint of cyanide, would you do it? If you would take that on my advice, then blooming hell, you must be really gullible. Anyway, question 17. I sold, now it's mooning. Should I buy? Again, you know, you've got a person with weak hands. They saw the potential. They invested in the cryptocurrency. They couldn't wait. They didn't see it going up. It went down slightly. And then what happened is they sold and then it mooned. And then they asked, should they buy back? Well, the answer is use that as a learning opportunity. Okay. I have a friend. This happened in the most devastating fashion. I have a friend. He had Dash when it went up to $100, then it went up to then it went down to $80, and he sold. And what happened straight after that? Went up to $100, $200, $300, nearly $400. Ah, catastrophic. So the learning point is, unless you know a coin is dead, or that something else has come into the market that's a good competition and has rendered this no longer unique or no longer good, or there's somebody that provides a better solution, do not sell in case this happens, because it happens with every coin. Eventually they get their time, believe me, they all get their time. Stratis was at $5 forever and then went up to $8. Okay, they all have their time. So basically the question should be, it's mooning. The question. So basically, should I buy? No, because it's probably it's mooning. You got to wait for the next dip. So the question is, should I have sold? No. Question 18. Why isn't the price moving? I invested in this cryptocurrency. You said something was going to happen, and now the price is just stable. Well, this is what happens in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency are like celebrities. 1 minute they're interesting, you want to read all about it. The next minute they disappear from the limelight and you don't even remember that you were really invested in them until they come back into the limelight. And the same thing happens with cryptocurrency. 1 minute you can be really passionate about it, and then the next thing comes along and everybody's hyping about that. And then the one that you were previously interested in, nobody's talking about, it leaves the limelight for a bit, the price doesn't move. Okay, and so what happens is eventually people do then talk about it. It goes back into the limelight again. It's like a celebrity being papped, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, she's interesting. Like Britney Spears when she shaved all her hair off. All of a sudden, she was on every bloody magazine with her blooming bald head. Everybody was talking about her then, and then her social currency went up. Okay, and the same thing happens in cryptocurrency. You've got to wait, stay invested. You've got to essentially deal with the dips, and you've got to deal with the stagnation. And you just got to deal with it and see it through. You've got to see it through, a little bit like a child that you've given birth to, that you've nurtured, you've given them the best of everything you've got. They go to school and then they stagnate. But then eventually what happens is they get a lucky break or something, or they get a good mark, they increase in confidence, and then bang, all of a sudden they just skyrocket in confidence and they're achieving in everything. And it's the same thing with cryptocurrency. Sometimes it stagnates and then eventually its potential gets realized. Number 19, dumbest question. What can I buy with $100 that will make me a millionaire? Now, it's very rare that you are going to get something with $100 that makes you a millionaire, okay? Because you would need something to go up 10,000 times to become a millionaire with $100. It's just unlikely. One of the best examples in recent times of something that has gone up 100 times, something that's gone up 1,000 times, is Bitcoin Plus, okay? So Bitcoin Plus, once upon a time, was, for 7 cents, and then it went up to it went up to 2,000 times. It was 7 cents and it went up to $200. 2,000 at least times in growth. Okay, and that is one of the best success stories, and it took a year and a half for that to be achieved. So to achieve 2,000 was hard enough and took long enough. To achieve 10,000 times is almost impossible, but you can get lucky with $1,000. And $10,000 even more likely, and the more you stake, the more likely it is you could become a millionaire. Question 20. Thanks for the tip. Should I buy now? Okay, so you've told somebody about a cryptocurrency that is about to rise. I do this all the time in my cryptocurrency videos. I've said, oh, this coin looks like it's about to rise. And then people say, should I buy now? Should I buy now? Well, of course, buy now. I normally say these things because something has happened with this cryptocurrency that renders it relevant and in the limelight. And so, yes, you should buy now. That's almost the inherent message. Now, I'm not saying to you, buy now, because at the end of the day, you can't do as I say or do as I do. You've got to make your own decisions. Okay, so I can't just say, yeah, buy now, because I'm not going to give the advice. I'm not going to say, yes, do it, because then the onus falls on me. You've got to make your own decision. But asking the question is a pretty self-explanatory question. If I'm telling you something is good, or if I'm telling you something shows promise, that means that it's undervalued, buy now, but I'm not going to say, yes, you should buy now. It's up to you to make that decision. Question 21. I sent Bitcoin to the wrong address. Can I get it back? Well, most of the time, no, you won't be able to get it back. Because, and I make this very clear in my cryptocurrency investment course 2017, which is in the description for $10, I make it very clear, you must send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin deposit address. Don't send Bitcoin to an Ethereum or something else deposit address. Send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin address. Simple as that. Because most of the time, you will not get it back. And a lot of the time, you won't get that confirmation thing where it says, are you sure you want to carry out this transaction? Where you can double check and triple check that you are sending it to the right address. If you don't send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin address, it's gone. Same with Ethereum, same with anything. Send the cryptocurrency to the corresponding wallet or deposit address, because otherwise you may not get it back. And that is that. Question 22. Should I sell X coin to buy Y coin? So what happens is that you may have invested into a really good long-term cryptocurrency like Stratis or something, and then all of a sudden you see OMG doing really well, and you're thinking, should I let go of a really high quality coin to buy another coin that's on the rise? Well, the fact of the matter is that it's almost like selling Armani to buy Gucci. You're buying almost the same thing, so is that a good idea? No. What's good is to have some Armani and to have some Gucci. So what you do is, no, don't sell X unless X is a disastrous coin, a dead coin, one that you don't see anything happening to, like Mooncoin or Tether or so, or anything like that, or Dogecoin. Unless it's a rubbish coin, you shouldn't sell your existing coin to buy Y. You should just add more funds and buy Y. That is what I would say, because both will appreciate in value like property. They'll appreciate in value, and you will have both doubling for you or increasing in price than just having one increase in price. So it's best to add funds to buy Y. Question 23. What's your number one coin, Suppoman? You've been talking about your number one coin for ages. What is it? Well, basically, if you want to know what it is, it's in the number one cryptocurrency long-term opportunity course 2017, but I am going to be releasing the name of the coin at 50,000 subscribers. So watch this space, but it is contained in the number one cryptocurrency long-term long-term opportunity course 2017. And a lot of people say, Suppoman, I've got your fund your retirement course. Where's the coin? Where's the coin? It's not in that damn course. Get the course right. Question 24. What are your top 5 coins today? Okay, so basically, somebody again asking me to do the work for them. The question back to them is, what are your top 5? Find them and then tell me what you think is so good about them. And then I'll answer. Question 25. Why hodl? Isn't it hold? Isn't it misspelt? Why is everybody saying hodl? Well, basically because hodl means hold on for dear life. It's an acronym. Okay, so that finally quashes the myth if you were always wondering, why do people say hodl? That's spelt wrong. That's hold spelt wrong. No, hold on for dear life is what people chant when they're so passionate about their cryptocurrency and they're going to hold for the long term. And then finally, what is the final question? What cryptocurrency YouTubers should I watch? Well, I'm going to give you a great answer to that. Suppoman. Thank you for watching the top 26 dumbest questions asked in cryptocurrency. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next episode of Savage Cash.